Hey guys, my name is Julia, as most of you know, and today I am fasting. The purpose of my fast is to put pressure on the government to pass a law about food insecurity and food waste. That all food corporations and food production plants would be mandated to donate their food to a charity or a church or an organization that would make that food available to the public. I would also be trying to put pressure, similar to a hunger strike, um, on the government to pass a law that makes it illegal for someone to sue a food corporation or a grocery store if they were to get sick from the food, that they're releasing liability, that they would be taking ownership if they choose to partake in food waste. That's one of the main reasons right now that food waste is not made available to the public, is that they're liable, that people could sue them if they were to get sick, if the food isn't sold fresh. So a lot of grocery stores will put locks on their dumpsters, or even I was told by someone at Food Lion last month when I asked him what happened to their dumpster food, and he told me that they sprayed it down with a chemical because there was a homeless population that lived in the ditch next to Food Lion, and they didn't want them to have access to the food. And I said, "You don't want the homeless to have access to the food in your dumpster." And he said, "That's right." Which is crazy to me that is even a thing, but it would be too expensive for them to deal with lawsuits. So I'm attempting to get a law passed where they're not held liable if people eat their food waste, and that they're also mandated that any food waste they have that is still in a consumable state has to be donated. We have 17 million people in the United States alone who are dealing with food insecurity every year, and that's food insecure to very food insecure. That's 14% of our population. And those numbers are just not okay when we consider that 50% of the food that we produce in the United States every year is wasted, either in the production process, in the trucks, in the grocery stores, and then finally being thrown into our landfills. We have people hungry here, and that doesn't feel like justice to me. It doesn't look like progress to me. So the concept of my experiment is to take a one-day fast in order to gain empathy for what it's like to be hungry. So you'd fast all day until about 8 o'clock at night, in which tonight I'm going to eat a meal eaten from dumpster diving, and take 30 minutes to an hour preparing that meal, feeling my hunger and feeling what it feels like to be surrounded by food but not be allowed to eat it yet. And then finally what it feels like to finally have your hunger satisfied, which is the goal of the experiment, is that it would create a challenge that goes viral, that across the nation on social media people would take a challenge. For one day they would gain empathy for what it feels like to be truly hungry, and then they would upload 15-second videos stating what their experiment was like and asking the government, putting pressure on the government to pass these laws to make food waste illegal. So I'm trying to make it easy enough that it can be reproducible, and throughout the day I'll be updating you on my experience. It's about 12:30 and I'm already have a headache and I'm trying to write a paper and it's not going well, which is giving me even more empathy for what it's like when children in school and people at work are dealing with this hunger, and how it affects our quality of work and every other aspect of our life. So I'll be updating you, and thanks for listening. So it's about 6 o'clock right now, and I'm super hungry. Been trying to get work done all day, and I've just felt like drunk. I've had a really bad headache. I've been drinking lots of water, but it's amazing. I've been trying to write papers, and my brain is just so fuzzy. I'm staring off into space a lot and feel so out of it. It's crazy. Thinking about food a lot. Really excited to eat in a few hours. To make matters worse, my roommate has cooked probably the most delicious smelling cinnamon roll buttery goodness I've ever smelled. My whole house smells like it. I'm so hungry. I am so excited to eat. and I get to do that in 2 hours after cooking for a while. So, man, this has just shed like a lot of light on, I mean, I've been hungry before, but actually experiencing like mentally the effects, the mental effects of hunger has been really real when I've been putting it in a context of like trying to work or go to school, and feeling this on a regular basis. I can't imagine like how my energy levels would be, especially if I was like working really hard, already trying to pay bills, trying to put kids through school, and this is something I struggled with all the time. I can't really imagine doing life like this. But yeah, we'll update you on what it feels like to finally taste food after 24 hours.
Sometimes I wonder where we're headed. The flaws of society so deeply embedded in the things that we do for reasons.
Dumpster peppers!
Stop thinking so hard.
We made food. It's actually 10 o'clock, and we're eating. We're very excited, very ready for this. This is all dumpster food and kids' food, and we're very excited. I'm very Oh wow, this is interesting. Yay! I'm really grateful for food. I think everybody should eat all the time, because that's what justice looks like.